Holy God, good googly moogly. Isaac, I don't think we set the redirect. It's all good. It's all good.
Not?
We're in
I
here.
thought you did. Not bad.
No, it's all good, man. We are rocking hot and heavy here in the blockchain basement, folks. Welcome to the show. World War, Doobie Doo, Sufficient Enough, Quarter Crawler, Kicking One to Bob. DZ Classic is probably my favorite version of DZ. Good to see him back in the saddle again. We warned, watching out for 104.2. We are hitting that right now, folks. We are hitting that shit right now. So got a fresh bag of Tether I've been firing off. I've been taking all the Bitcoin off of exchanges. Am I selling or am I just moving things around here, getting ready for another move? We will look at that later on the show. I got my man back in the saddle. How you doing, Mr. Isaac?
I'm doing great. I'm gonna pop out this weird one because I have little treats in the back. But
yeah.
I'm doing good. You gotta be back. Yeah, I got the treats back there. You know, you're getting ready for a cataclysmic war where I'm gonna be sent to Iran.
Oh Lord,
and that's gonna be great. But other than that, I'm doing great. Good to be back. Ready to go look at the crypto markets as they fall off a cliff.
Yeah, let's
have some bottom end longs here.
Let's pull it up here. So where we're at right now, Bitcoin is at 104.2. It was so crazy. Last night I was doing the late night live stream with Josh and Kelly, and even in this like dead cat bounce, I was able to pull off 20% gain on my entire trading bag. So that was not bad. Bought some more Bitcoin, got more Tether to fire off here. Have not entered the trade. You know, where we're at right now. I mean, shout out to anyone that's got the brass tacks to short this market. Where we're at, high cycle top hasn't even crossed, so I'm not ready to start shorting, folks. But you know what? I am ready to look at these charts and see where we might actually end up firing off another long. We are hitting some pretty old school levels right now. Very, very interesting to see it. Now, this is the general, range that we've been in. This is the range from $100,300 on up to 111.70 or 770. So it is at a pretty important point. This volume node, the larger point of it, comes at about 103.756. I'm doing fast reporting right now because I'm thinking about entering into this trade right now. There's been absolute chaos been talked about. Warmongers are warmongering right now. There's a lot of conversation about a greater conflict expanding. It's been nuts. Isaac, what are your, so you were kind of in the, you're kind of in the process of maybe entering the military. You see what's going on, kind of,
I am going, but
yeah, I know. And they're going to take you either way at this point. I mean,
I know. If I don't get through here, the Selective Service Act is gonna punch me in the throat.
Pretty much.
I'll be dragged away. So
yeah.
Do I really go to this point? No. I just saw a video we might pull up in a little bit. It's like, your 20s are gonna be great. Me and my 20s are gonna be overseas bombing Iran.
All right. It's kind of an intense.
I want to say that.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that or not. Let's get into all we have a lot of news to go over today. So make sure you guys are following me on Twitter. Make sure to follow Isaac too. Isaac, very based young man at Isaac Does Crypto. Follow each other. Thankfully, he's an AI agent goon for Hit Network, soon to be a U.S. military goon out there. But you're going in for some what is the sector that you're trying to go after?
Cybersecurity, cyber operations specialist is the MOS 17C. You don't have to score that high on the ASVAB. So it's only like 60 and above, something like that. But I'm gonna nail it. This could be great. Oh my gosh, that's a great idea,
dude. Oh my Lord.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter.
Okay. So if we're gonna be moving fast through the charts, I do gotta check out liquidity levels here. We are blasting through some liquidity that sat to the downside. I was being wary of this morning. Where we at? 104.2. God, this is getting enticing. This is difficult because I want to definitely host the show and keep doing the show. We got to go to all the signals, see if I can fire off this long right now. Usually this is me up in the Discord looking for these. The entry point chart that I use, the 15-minute, is heinously to the downside on the momentum wave. I mean, we are at a negative 89. Massive pullback here in a very, very short amount of time. since the warmongering began. Looks like the breakdown was to a 104.18. Okay, so it is decision time. I got to look at this and see if we have any. See, the problem, that money flow is looking real red.
Oh yeah.
And let's see here. I'll hop onto this. We'll go to the 4-hour monitoring charts here. God, oh, this is getting. God, it's such a hard choice because the MACD is still like, this is the 4-hour MACD.
Yeah.
And we are just starting this kind of rollover to the downside. Bitcoin dominance spiking. Let's go check it out here. We're going to be all, I mean, this is absolutely crazy. You know what? And in this time, what I'm doing, I'm monitoring, yeah, we still have a generalized bull market for sure in my mind. But, where I'm being in terms of printing new Tether, I have no problem buying more Bitcoin. I have no problem buying more Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance is just being vile to the upside. Absolutely crazy. Oh yeah, GM Clave looks like he sent me a message on Discord. And honestly, with all the chaos, I mean to send a lot of discount codes out to NFT holders. Still got to do that. I got you here in the office now, Isaac, so that'll make it a little bit easier on me to get that done.
Yeah. Very.
Wispy's throwing shade at you over the army. He's a good thing the army takes anyone. Oh man.
Ha! You're funny. It won't be so funny when you're banned, but I won't ban you.
Oh my lord. All right. God, yeah. This entering this trade, I mean, it is absolute chop suey right now. Let's see. Let's see. I'll go to the L bank, go to the 1 minute, kind of go to this. What happened? Did I delete everything? I deleted everything.
It's pretty basic.
Somehow I deleted everything. Let's go. Let's just go to basic.
Control Z.
Oh, there we go. All right.
I kind of want to enter you.
I mean, it's not like we've missed out on anything. We're still writhing. I would like to see some confirmation from this zone. Oh God. I mean, yeah, MCO, that's what we're thinking. We're trying to get some confirmations at this 104 spot. Let's see here. Cause I cleared out I only got like 6K sitting around on this trading account. I did some clearing out last night off that long. Isaac, yes, I almost wish I could have you monitoring this in the background. Let's get into the news.
I have L bank up right now, so we're good.
You have L bank up right now.
So what is your preferred level here? You want under 104? Or
I want us to confirm that 104 is the stop point, because this is what I was looking at earlier today. Where can I get? So
we just grabbed the liquidity.
We did grab the liquidity. Let's see here. What did you say? Control Z reset.
Yeah, you should reset everything.
Not doing it.
You have to reset it all, I guess.
Leave this. Go here. Okay, there we go. So the volume node that we're sitting on, we're right above the bottom volume node. Like, we were at this main one this morning at 105.5, and we just ripped right through it. I mean, there's a lot of movement happening because of all of the war news that's being released. And I want to kind of talk about my main thoughts here. Is, we talk about the possibility of world war, and the possibility, honestly, it's more of a probability at this point of world war. I will say it that way. The possibility of a nuke is what's got everyone so fearful and in the idea mindset to sell Bitcoin and to basically roll into, kind of safer haven assets. In my opinion, this breakdown of trust between nation states further pushes Bitcoin towards that Bretton Woods 2.0 moment, where Bitcoin ends up being the backing asset for all currencies across the world, and a reset of the system of money that we know exists today. So seeing this massive cataclysm, yes, it is crazy to see. It is, very, very detrimental for the average person, the middle class. But honestly, the heavier thing that's going to hurt the middle class in the long term is the continuation of central banks cutting away your buying power and making you all basically slaves without even knowing it. Through keeping you on the rat wheel, not being able to provide the right type of standard of living for our families. And so when I look at this situation and I balance like the possibilities versus the probabilities, the probability is that inflation is going to continue to get worse and the central bank is going to continue to print and the M2 money supply is going to continue to print and the tiny hats are going to stay in control of everything. The possibility of a nuke going off and wiping the slate clean, well, then hopefully you have a nuclear, biological, chemical radiation suit in your car. Not just
your entire family has one.
at your entire, yeah, all your kids, you know, I mean, like, this is where like being prepped comes in. I did hear someone was asking where you can get level 4 plates. You know, my favorite is in person. I don't like buying those things online. Preparedness Depot is a great spot here in northwestern Georgia. But we really need to take this stuff into account. If we all die, I'm still holding. I was kind of joking with the guys, like, if we do see the mushroom cloud, how long can I short the market for? Well, you know, probably like 5 or 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Whatever.
How much money you make?
Absolutely crazy. You know, so this time frame it's really intense, man. I will acknowledge that people's emotions are at all-time highs. You know, they're right in the edge of their seats. You know, I would recommend, like, if you're looking for, you know, level 4 type plates, things of that nature, just do it in person. You know, you can go to local you know, stores or anything like that, but honestly, like, it's such an ugly subject matter. I don't like talking about it much, but just building a baseline setup for yourself and for your family just gives you the peace of mind that you've done what you can and you have the items that you would want to have if things get very, very serious. And if this rhetoric doesn't slow down, honestly, the rhetoric is getting kind of hot and heavy. The rhetoric hasn't slowed down. So Ellie's bringing up, yes. I mean, I'll just show this. I can't really say this on the show, but yes, that's a great spot. What up, DZ? You know, he's walking by here. He's huffing. He just got his workout in. Based, black coffee, working out. That's what it's all about. Baby oil, great to have in a situation like World War III. Okay, I got to move on from that. Unbelievable. Here we go. So this was what started the mass capitulation moment last night. Trump took to Truth Social and talked about Tehran needing to evacuate. Okay, and this started a very, very fast move on Bitcoin. Where are we at? Did we get any confirmations on this? We were at about 108, I think, was where we were at, just about, and then just a massive, massive pullback. We're actually up here. That's where I scalp longed. And then glad I exited the position and took all those profits at 10. How did I do? I took it at like 107,680. So I scalped long from 106,800 and then got out at 107,680 somehow. But you know, I'm just being careful. The rhetoric is not slowing down. This is JD Vance continuing, and this is a response. Dave DeCamp is great. He's responding. Here's JD Vance pushing the WMD lie of our lifetime. First, the president of the United States has been amazingly consistent over 10 years. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Over the last few months, he encouraged his foreign policy team to reach a deal with Iranians to accomplish this goal. The president made it clear that Iran cannot have uranium enrichment. He said repeatedly that it would happen one of two ways. This is our way or the other way. Now, last night we saw, this is where the fog of information comes into play, because there was whispers of some sort of peace talks being requested or opened by the, you know, United States government to Iran. There was talks like, oh, there's going to be a deal. There's going to be a peace deal. I really, really doubt that there's going to be a peace deal made with Iran. I also doubt that Iran has the technological wherewithal to actually do a strategic strike in the United States. I think the best thing that they can do to the United States is an electrical movement, which would be bad if they were able to pull it off. It wouldn't be nuke bad. I'd, more so where the bad big bada boom concerns that I have are in the Middle East, in the UK, watching out for areas that are more closely, positioned next to Iran. But this shill of, this constant WMD by JD Vance, I am of the opinion that they already have them, but pushing towards this conflict, this rhetoric, it will leave a lot of questions. Like, and in my opinion, I'm not really on the edge of like, yeah, we need to go in there and take them out. I feel like I wish America would have just stayed out of this damn thing. I don't feel like, our kids need to go die for tiny hats. I don't think that that is something that's required. If they want to be in the military, great. But this is, last night showed just how crazy things can get. This is the Iran state television station last night.
صدای متجاوز به خاک وطن، صدای متجاوز به صدای حق و حقیقت است. آنچه که ملاحظه کردید، صدایی که شنیدید، فضای غبارآلوده استودیو.
Oh, she sounds lovely, huh? The finger waving ended pretty abruptly there. Yeah, so this is Iran-backed state television live on their air. Absolutely crazy. I know I've seen this and I've been kind of scrubbing. Is it fake? Is it not real? It actually looks like it is pretty legitimate. There is reports about this going on, and really, this has been an old school rhetoric war between Iran and the United States for a very, very long time. And there's been some great content made about it. Let's check this out. I mean, this is just, I know it's rough, but we have to look.
Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen had already hijacked one commercial vessel in the Red Sea.
Jesus, Isaac, your generation is
Based.
absolutely unhinged, bro.
Where was it? Hazard shot says it's cash I'm gonna place at my funeral.
Like, in the conversation like that, Iran is innocent is wrong. Like, Iran is not innocent. They've been trying to hack our grid like actively for like 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So, it's like I don't think either side of this conflict that's going on over there is innocent. I will say that. If I have to choose in the immediate moment, my country's electrical grid being left intact and people being able to trade through the Strait of Hormuz or not, dude, I mean, like, what are we supposed to do? And this is where, like, World War II, America tried to stay out of it very, very heavily. Like, World War II, we didn't really get involved completely until there was a attack on a civilian vessel. And, the Strait of Hormuz, we've seen some fires. They try to report the fires on the vessels in the Strait of Hormuz being basically just a vehicle started on fire, right? And now it's just like, is there a point where the trade, because we saw how heavily connected this world is in terms of global trade. At what point do you have to, take care of that? I mean, that is a big question. It's like, if you're going to stop the Strait of Hormuz from movement and a lot of those Mediterranean vessels from trading, then really, how is the world supposed to keep operating in this interconnected realm? And really, a big part of it is that we've seen a lot of Iran's oil production shift over to now it's China. I mean, it's going to China. And so that begs the question, does this bring China into it? Does this now initiate China to have to get involved, because a lot of the exports coming out of Iran in terms of oil were going to China? It's such a complex, multi-layered realm to think about here. Really, like, I can get wrapped around the wheels about it so much and so easily, but do I watch out for what it's going to do to the charts and what I'm doing? Like, what I'm doing in terms of this is I'm using the volatility to trade, and I am buying Bitcoin like in 1 or 2% spats, a couple grand here I make on a trade. That Bitcoin straight to a frickin' my Arculus cold store. I love Arculus. I think we still have the discount code. You can get 20% off. What I've noticed though is I've been doing transactions taking this Bitcoin off exchanges, and exchanges are kind of taking forever. I know Bitcoin transactions take a long time. I've had a few over the past, few days here that have been very. Let's see if this one finalized here, Jesus, because I don't want people on the outside watching that have crypto on exchanges to get caught with their pants down and have money that basically gets seized or left on an exchange. All right, so we just had another one go through, so it looks like we're still working, just working slow. Just protect yourself, okay? This is the best thing you can do in this environment, is to cold custody, and having a basket of gold, fine, if you must. Gold's probably not a bad 10, 20-year investment as uncertainty arises, as it continues to increase. But this situation is being pushed to the point where now we even have whispers of large missile systems being moved up to the border of Alaska to the proxy of Russia. This coalition of BRICS trying to move in cohesion together. It's curious where India will land in this whole cohesive movement of BRICS versus America. Of course, it's Bitcoin. I know, but there are some failed transactions in there objectively, and that's what was getting me worried, a little bit weirded out on it. But there's more stuff going on, like a commercial high rise in Tel Aviv caught fire in recent Iranian strikes. There's obviously some amounts of damage being done. This morning, U.S. Air Force aerial tankers are now over the Mediterranean. These are the tankers that they use to refuel in-air flights, and they are escorted by fighter jets. Okay, so fighter jets escorting, and obviously they're on for some long-term missions out there over the Mediterranean. And I do feel good. At least we knew that this general action was coming last week. I saw oil prices spiking. I saw the rhetoric started to really heat up on both sides. I was like, you know what? Just in terms of price, just be careful. Right after I said that, we freaking, we absolutely plummeted down $102,900 very, very quickly. So at least we knew that was coming. Just exercise caution. I want peace. Could you help? Yeah, I want peace as well, Hamad. And that's like, it's such a bad situation where we're in right now, because like where I'm at, I have 4 kids, a wife, I got a bunch of chickens, and I got a pretty good life at home. I would really like just peace. When I think about the situation at large, it begs the question, like, how long do we sit knowing because we've been asking for our energy infrastructure to be hardened here in the United States for quite some time. And they've had no interest. Like, to a degree, Bitcoin in Georgia has helped bolster our energy grid, but the production of transformers here in the United States has been very, very lackluster. I hope that the Department of Energy has been putting those transformers in cold storage and sitting on these transformers, because those are what we need. If the grid does get cooked, we need, I would say at least 30, 40 transformers. And, I haven't seen that kind of reserve of transformers being built in the background. Energy engineers and people that work with the Department of Energy have been highlighting that this is a worry. And so it's just something that it has been very aggravating. I wish we would have bolstered that up to keep that up. ICP has entered the chat. Are we really going to talk about ICP right now?
No, the fuck, we're not talking about ICP. This is not the time for that scam. With nothing. Okay, it's not a scam. It's not a scam. But there's no TVL on it.
It made me money.
It made you money in the past, but not now. There's no freaking TVL on it. There's
We'll
nothing
look
going
at
for
that.
it. They're trying to be something that they're not going to be for another cycle or two. Okay.
All right, we got to get through all these other breaking. These are all from this morning. So the chancellor, let's just read into this. The chancellor Merz tells broadcasters that if Iran does not back down, complete destruction of Iranian nuclear program is on their agenda, which Israel cannot achieve alone. This is a conversation pushing NATO further towards this. And this, like, Article 5 from NATO is a huge problem for both sides. And Granny's Garden saying it best. It's like young people die. What up, Coins Chick? World War, good to see you guys. I don't want to see young people die. I don't want to see my son have to go fight in World War III. Honestly, I want, Isaac, I know you're going in, and I know you're great cut for this type of action, but Jesus, man, I'm worried about you going into this, head over heels. Not AAs, right? Not AAs. I bet Coins Chick, let us know how you feel. Your internet husband here going to the military at this time, man.
Fuckers.
Oh my God. I want to know. It's concerning to me. I don't like it. It's concerning to me. I'm insular. I'm nation focused, nation-ist in a way. And I don't want us to be extending ourselves into these global contexts, these conflicts further than we really have to. But there will be a point where the trade movements, the conversation, like if China gets real pissed about not having this big bag of oil sent to them from Iran because all their oil fields are taken out, and then they enter the conversation, what the hell are we supposed to do then? Just sit back and be, all right, China, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very, very tough situation. Yeah, AA can handle the stress. Can we please send Harry Sisson? It was so funny.
That's funny.
Yeah. Thinking about this, what would we look like in this situation with Kamala Harris as president? Right?
We would already be in the middle of it.
You think so?
I think we'd already be in the middle of it.
Yeah, I feel like we'd already be at like the stage of Taiwan with Kamala Harris at the.
I would have been gone if Kamala Harris was there.
Yeah, so make sure you give some, get some before they ship you off, Isaac. Give them hell. Oh my God, huh? You're gonna have like the ball. God, dude, this is so crazy. This is like,
forget cyber. I'm going special forces. I want to go fight.
Oh Lord, I mean, it's bringing me such roaring 20s World War vibes right now, man. And we are like, this is that moment where the fourth turning, the make or break it war for America was warned about. It's what I prepped out my home situation just in case for. and it doesn't look like it's avoidable at this point. It's like I really am not wanting this to go down, but it is looking ugly. It is looking ugly. Speaking of ugly, let's go back to the Bitcoin charts here. Let's see here. So getting a little bit of a secondary bounce here, Mr. Isaac.
Yes, sir.
Let's here. I don't remember saying to avoid World War talk. Don't remember that. I've been warning about World War for quite some time in an unpopular fashion too. Everyone calls you an idiot when you talk about, you know, the concept of World War happening. And then when it happens, like, oh, you didn't tell me. You didn't warn me, Drew. Isn't that how it goes? You're just told that you're an idiot for warning about these things happening. And then when they happen, they're like, how can you help us? How can you get us ready?
Wrong.
God. Yeah, let's see here. So this is sketchy as all get out. We're getting this. Okay, so this is on the 1 minute time frames. This means very little except for making me sweat. Let's go to the Bitcoin chart here and see if we have any real signal here going off.
I might open right now.
You got one open?
I'm about to.
Well, it's the 4 hour. It's just fresh off that red dot, but it's been rolling over. It's been rolling over from that 4 hour.
Exactly. Where's this?
I put the hat on and start. Oh God. Okay. Okay. We're
more liquidity pulling up below us. 103.4.
Is there really?
5 million is just now opening up. It's very small, but
Oh
it's there.
Lord. Oh Lord.
It's on the 12 hour.
Yeah. Kind of a distance away. Okay. White guys do look very similar. AA and I could pass as identical twins.
Wrong.
I love you, Crypto Steve-O's relationship.
You're hilarious.
You know, it's really cute. Now let's go.
I almost said a bad word on live.
Yeah. Now tariff revenue, right? So remember the tariff war. The tariff war had way bigger an impact price wise than this escalation into potential world war. So that's something to think about. Like this is our, tariff war is, April, what was it? Liberation Day. Where is April? March, April. We had Liberation Day, and that helped us punch all the way down to 75K. And now, in the spite of World War kicking off, we actually are trying to hold this level, which is absolutely insane to think about. But those tariffs have increased revenue. The U.S. hit a record $22 billion, following a $16 billion take in April. Customs and certain excise taxes have more than doubled in the last 2 months. Year to date, the government has collected $67 billion in tariff revenue. How about doing away with the IRS then? Why can't we have an external revenue service and do away with the IRS? That'd be great. Thanks, since people can't afford to frickin' feed their families. Unbelievable. As a result, tariffs now reflect 4% of total federal revenue, up from last year's average of 2%. Tariff revenue rising rapidly. I'm getting a lot of notifications on my phone. Just let me make sure that these are nothing breaking, nothing crazy.
And not the children.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, not my children too, huh? God, dude. All right. So this is breaking. We do got to go to this. This is from Trump on True Social. So now we have complete and total control of skies over Iran. Iran had a good sky tracker over their defense equipment, plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to the American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. Nobody, I love how he put stuff. Nobody is as good as the good old USA. So, yeah, it looks like we now control the skies over Iran. That is absolutely insane. Things are moving quickly.
We as in us, Nick. We as in us. We control the skies.
Well, yeah, I'm talking. You look at the hat. I mean, I'm obviously an American maximalist, and I like Canadians. Okay, shout out to you, Ducey. I love you. Okay, I love my Canadians. Got a lot of family up in Fargo. We're real close to Canada, in a very literal sense. Now, Germany is going to finalize a new trade deal with the U.S. before the end of summer. It looks like Chancellor Merz has said as well. So we saw Chancellor Merz calling for the NATO movement, but then also signaling that they're trying to set up a real good trade deal with the United States at the same hand, trying to entice Trump back onto the side of NATO for the movements. And we have Trump's Treasury Secretary pick talking about real wages under the Trump trade movements. Let's have a listen to what he's talking about here.
Blue collar wage growth. The only other time it's been this high, wait for it, was during President Trump's first term. So we've seen real wages for hourly workers, non-supervisory workers rise almost 2% in the first 5 months.
Why is that?
No president has done that before.
And why is that?
It's the president's emphasis on manufacturing. I think there's also likely a component of whether it's 12 or 20 million illegal aliens coming out of the workforce. And Joe Biden opened the border and it was flooded. And that for working Americans, that's a disaster because it's pressure on their wages.
So this is where, like, I hear them like celebrating about fixes to real wages, but DCA and Prey is nailing it here. It's that the wage inflation is not keeping up with the inflation of our goods that we purchase, right? And this is where things are about to get real ugly, because we talk about, oh, there's this big fight, and if we, turn this country into a parking lot, it's going to fix all our problems, and this is going to be the solution to bringing American power back. I mean, American power came when we had an external revenue service and we weren't gutting our internal people for their cash. And now things are about to get so much worse on that end. So here we go. Okay. Digital price label. Digital price labels coming to a store near you. Here in the United States, but really globally. Digital price labels, which are rapidly replacing paper shelf tags at the U.S. supermarkets, haven't led to demand-based price surges yet. They forgot to put yet. They have not led to demand-based price surges yet. According to a new study, examined 5 years worth of prices at every grocery chain. So now, let's really unpack the truth behind this headline. Because they say, oh, this digital price tag on a good at the grocery store, it hasn't hurt you guys, right? This is just for, efficiency. What this is going to end up being utilized 10, 15 years from now is a digital price tag on a good at the grocery store. Say you go and you see milk at $3 at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can go at their surge time when the grocery store is really full of a lot of people and there's a lot of demand for that good, or let's say, there's a rush towards goods because we're all idiots stuck on a just-in-time delivery system and everyone's trying to get the same product at the same time. They can jackknife that $3 milk up to $10, up to $15 in an automated, fast fashion. And I know there's going to be deep-in crypto nerds that are like, ooh, this is so bullish for my altcoin because my altcoin is deep in and we can be plugged into the grocery store selective pricing system. This is a way to absolutely scam and control the American people over the long term, in my opinion, because they can use digital identification. They can know your face. I think someone's talking about, retina and butthole verification, maybe, right? But more than likely, it's going to be a facial recognition system that is utilized at these grocery stores. And when we talk about the concept of digital dollars, when we talk about what this USDC is going to be mangled into in the long term, I could see that your political positioning, depending on which regime is in control of the United States at the time given 10, 20 years from now, is going to play into how much that gallon of milk is going to cost. This is why we need to Bitcoin. This is why we need to have our crypto in cold custody. This is why we know where the world is going. We know that this monetary system is at a break point and that these massive trade battles that are going on are really to help extend the lifespan of the US dollar. But we know that Bitcoin is really starting to absorb the interest from macroeconomic market makers and Federal Reserves. They can see that it's an unstoppable force of Bitcoin meeting the immovable object of governments. And now, with the inflation on the path that it's going to take, these digital ID tags that will automate the price surging. And then at a point, if we allow this and if we don't fight back for the next 10, 15 years, then you know what? You are going to end up with a facial recognition system at your grocery store that will increase the amount of dollars that it costs to get whatever good it is that you want based on literally who you are and your social credit score. This is why freedom of speech, this is why Second Amendment, this is why decentralization matters so damn much. I am going to get off my bucket of screaming. I didn't really get too bad, which is great, but that's what it is. And I just want you guys to understand that, you know, as CBDCs, Crypto Civo, you'll have to use your CBDC by 2025-ish. I was thinking like 2035-ish. From where CBDCs stand right now, they've been made illegal in a few different states. If we take that into account and we change, 2035 is exactly my thoughts, Crypto Steve. If we change hands of guard and we get a Democrat and we get the American people brought to their knees and asking for a universal basic income or a universal standard income, which is being rolled out in places like San Francisco, and they're testing it, right? They're testing this standard income. They're not calling it basic because we've already gotten ahead of that. But, you know, this standard income is already being rolled out because they need to bring you and me to our knees monetarily to be able to get us to accept this basic income ticket, this communist style of existence. And we need to Bitcoin as hard as we can over the next few years to make sure that we're not stuck in that. We need to do it. We need to do it hard. We need to do it fast. We need to do it heavy. This is why learning how to trade has been so important for me, especially like everyone's feeling blue balled over the altcoin season. Honestly, like I've done very, very well just trading over the last a few months here in the light of all this chaos. I've had some of the best gains, you know, outside of when I got ETH at $180 and ran up to $4,500 a unit. That was awesome too last cycle. But learning how to trade and understanding the ebb and flow of this market has really kind of bolstered that up. And another angle that we take with this, and I know a lot of our awesome people in the audience are taking advantage of this, is please, for the love of God, if you are not already involved in understanding and starting the process to understand DeFi, well, I am, you know, like I can say that I'm an expert in finding where the money is flowing to, buying those tokens of where the money's flowing to in that given ecosystem and making great gains. But beyond that, DeFi crypto and airdrops in our chat takes it the next step where you can actively go into different pools and earn yield on it. This is why I'm so damn thankful, and I give them a shout out every single day. Veteran Crypto and Jeff from DeFi Crypto and Airdrops, keep doing what you're doing, man. This is really what I see is going down for gold and Bitcoin. Gold, we've already seen the major run up. We've seen a massive, massive expansion to about $3,400 an ounce on gold. Bitcoin has a very similar structure. And I think that we're going to be looking at something very, very similar for Bitcoin. This is in tandem and in confluence with the M2 money supply. Hold on. Lipton is giving me some heartache. You took them and they did good? Oh, everyone give a +1 in the chat for Bree. She took the kids to the park and they had a great time. +1 for Bree. Okay. Thank you, Bree. Thank you very much. Oh, I love it. I love it. I mean, the summertime with the kids, they're at the office with me. Bree's coming through. Appreciate you, Bree. Oh, God. Hey, buddy. What you want? We're going to go to Steak and Shake, damn it. We're going to Steak and Shake today. Daddy had a great trade.
I still have crypto on my Lightning wallet to use the Steak and Shake.
Dude, let's do it. Let's go get the Bitcoin burger.
It's a plan to me. Let's do it.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right. So in the short term, okay, like I know that there's a lot of thoughts that This is the end for Bitcoin. Honestly, Bitcoin is compared to gold on a very, very large scale level at this point. Gold is already pumped up. It had a similar price structure as where Bitcoin currently is. And I really do feel this way in my heart of hearts that Bitcoin is now digital gold. We have a comparison in the M2 money supply that's been spot on where the M2 money supply is currently. We are on pace. If they stopped their printing right now, then we are on pace in aggregate to accomplish kind of the lower end of expectations that I have for Bitcoin in this market, which is right around $160,000 to $170,000. While we're on this subject, I got to show people this chart because there is so much confluence coming in to where I feel big. Now, on top of the weekly green dot and the money flow expansion, just on a technical level, but this as well. So if you really look at this, and I'll open this on another tab so we can get a little bit more zoomed in here. So if they stopped the printing process right now, that would end up Bitcoin can fade the M2 money supply and rise to that $170,000, $160,000 level. I honestly doubt that they're going to be able to stop printing from where they're at in terms of M2 money supply currently, which honestly goes and starts reaching towards that ultra bullish TJ target. And it's slightly my target too. Oh man, we're getting some coupons. We're getting some coupons. Oh, all right, Jersey Mike's. All right. It's enticing me. Didn't you work at Jersey Mike's? Are they pretty good?
For 2 years, they're fabulous. Do not get me wrong.
Okay,
they're great. Yeah.
We got an endorsement from Isaac on this. All right, good. No, well, he's in the Hypercube room. All right, and now with Bitcoin being at the levels it is right now, we're at $104,000, even with macroeconomic absolute uncertainty breaking out. This is where the searches are. Absolutely crazy. Google search interest in Bitcoin is hitting bear market lows. And we are freaking above $100,000. And, it is very true when I talk to people from the outside that I've considered like, hey, you're calling me, you're asking me how to make money. Here's an idea, buy Bitcoin and look at it in 10 years. They didn't listen to me, of course. And the retail is not here. The retail is not going to see this coming. The retail is going to get stuck getting crushed by inflationary pressures. And it really drives me crazy. This is why I have that just inert need to go to the office and to rant about inflation, Bitcoin, the Federal Reserve, the potential of massive war breaking out, the loss of trust between nation states, and the validity of Bitcoin being that much stronger every single day. Now we have this Bitcoin treasury company, 21 Capital, now holds $4 billion worth of Bitcoin, and they intend to raise as much capital as they possibly can to acquire Bitcoin. CEO Jack Mallers. Now, this 21 Capital is an instrument of Howard Lutnick and the what's his company name? It's it's on the tip of my tongue. It's where Howard Lutnick comes from. It's I don't think it's going to come to me right now. Howard Lutnick is he's overseeing the Sovereign Wealth Fund right now. The chat can remind me of where it is. Howard Lutnick is pretty intrinsically important to where our monetary investments are going on a sovereign wealth fund state in the United States. Cantor Fitzgerald, that's right, Cantor Fitzgerald. Thank you very much, Objectively Real. So it's basically Howard Lutnick and Jack Mallers leading up the competition against Michael Saylor and BlackRock's Larry Fink. Larry Fink's probably got the upper hand in this because he's got the first mover advantage in aggregate, being able to raise that amount of money. Now Coinbase has SEC approval to offer blockchain-based stocks. So it looks like we're going to have blockchain-based stocks available within Coinbase, which is a very, very interesting move. And I'll be paying attention to this because I wonder which tokenization platform to tokenize stocks they might end up looking at. Chat, I want your guess. Which blockchain, which project is Coinbase going to look at for tokenized stocks within their crypto platform? Because I'm thinking that they're going to actually get it approved. And really, I feel like Ondo's going to snag this. I feel like Ondo's going to snag this. Me personally, we got LCX, Ondo, MicroStrategy. maybe MicroStrategy just moves straight into it, huh? That's an idea right there. You know, and some of these Bitcoin treasury stocks are not bad, in my opinion. Not bad. It does not, like, if you're top blasting a company that's doing a Bitcoin treasury and has a solid plan of holding that Bitcoin for the long term, man, I mean, those might honestly be the next altcoin, right? That might be the next altcoin season right there. Now, something very, very important in the altcoin sector is happening right now. And God, we're still writhing around this dang 104.2 spot. Isaac,
That's depressing.
it's not, it should be depressed. Don't let it.
No,
Are you
I want
already
to
in the
trade.
trade?
I want to gamble. No, I'm not in yet.
You want to gamble. All right.
I saw the liquidity below us again, starting to build up on the 12-hour over
Yeah.
at 103. Is getting a little larger now, so I kind of want to wait it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I want to wait. I
Let's
just wanted
go
a full
check.
send, you know.
Let's check here. I didn't want to try to just catch the flat out. I mean, that was a scary falling knife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're dropping, these are 50-minute candles, and we dropped by 1.5% about. Since the kind of breakdown of world communication and the warning to evacuate Iran, or Tehran rather, we're down 4.2%, and we might actually end up holding this spot. We might end up holding this spot. And we do have some pretty bullish news. What'd you have, Isaac?
No, nothing. I was
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure I didn't miss anything. So
We're good.
okay. Now, the Genius Act. Talked about by Bo Hines. Now, Bo Hines is working with David Sachs as, you know, they have that crypto czar kind of crypto commission position with the White House in the United States. They're talking about the Genius Act passing today. This landmark legislation is set out to upgrade our payment rails for the digital age, establish U.S. dominance in asset innovations, and protect the U.S. dollar's role as the world reserve currency. And this is a bigger part of what it's about. They see the tether buys on treasuries. They see how they can leverage the use of, you know, companies like Tether to further bolster the U.S. dollar and back the U.S. dollar with Bitcoin in a few years' time. So they're delivering this regulatory clarity for stable coins, again, playing into the Tether, and then the USDC Circle integration into what I think is going to end up being a mangled version of the USDC that we see today, empowering Americans with faster, cheaper, and more reliable transactions. The future of finance is here. The U.S. is ready to lead it. This brings up something interesting to mind. I see in the Rumble chat, Lolo talking about a good time to buy Chainlink. Maybe I'll check out the Chainlink chart here today. You know, I definitely still hold a large bag of Chainlink. Maybe you know, I've been just so inclined to buy Bitcoin with the fresh tether that I'm creating here. Maybe I will take a look at the Chainlink chart here as well. I mean, if you guys have altcoins that you really want me to take a look at, you know, because there's a lot going on. If you have some altcoin that you want to see where the TVL is, if you want to see if it's still holding up good, let me know in the chat. We'll get into this because now we're starting to get into the altcoin sector and everything going on the altcoin side here. And this Genius Act is going to be a big deal. And what I'll be doing is, you know, covering this. I do believe Kelly Kellum's going to be covering as well. So I'll see if I can hop in on that show with him. We have Kathy Wood of ARK Invest. She sold $51 million in Circle shares as the stock hit a record high of 151. So she got in early on the Circle movement. She's taken some profits. I do want to check in to where I want to check in where Circle is. I don't sleep on Monero. I just, you know, it's a privacy coin, so it's not like that violent of an outlook for me on the upside. But I know XMR serves a very strong purpose here. SCR. Okay, let's go. So she took profits up in this range off the major pump. Circle is a stock I'm having FOMO about. I don't hold any of it. I want to check out Arrow for sure. For sure. Retail sleeps on Arrow. I mean, like I look for better monetary upside than Arrow really provides, but I know it's going to be around. Retail. We want to check out Tesla. Getting FOMO about Tesla.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean Tesla is going to be probably like the one of the better stock picks over the next 10, 20 years. I think Tesla, even from where it stands right now. So we have Kathy Wood. She did sell some of her Circle shares at those local highs that we are just looking at $151. When I'm looking at the Circle chart, I mean, I'm having to kind of capitulate my lower entry point wishes and trying to catch this general range, this general shelf here at about $100 to get some stock exposure to that. Because I definitely see Wall Street interest in crypto. I definitely understand that there's been some very, very strong upside. I just don't want to YOLO in and, you end up having bought a top. I really am greedy about my entry points. Thailand has now approved tax exemption for crypto capital gains until 2029. Probably not going to move the buck in terms of price action, but good for the people of Taiwan, or not Taiwan, Thailand, that they can. Taiwan's always on my mind. It's your fault, Isaac. It's your fault that Taiwan's always on my mind, but Thailand rather won't have to pay any crypto capital gains until 2029. And we do have a warning from Zach XBT about a particular project here, White Rock, that it might be a scam. He's citing a fabricated team, overstated claims, and alleged connections to stolen funds tied to ZK Casino. Let's go check out White Rock here. White Rock, because I remember I've covered this thing like very loosely. I want to see what this thing is here. So powered by the white token. Man, we're already getting into weird moments here.
Yeah.
Huh? White network has arrived. Oh, Lord.
This is bad.
Okay, so
scammer.
Live now. Oh, the kids are taking toys. All right, so let's just go look at their website. Go look at the website here. Everything on chain, yada yada.
Ellie said Ticker Clan.
Ticker Clan. Oh my Lord.
Based.
Oh my God. See how Drew went from top blasting to Thailand? Whew. That was unplanned. Unplanned movement there. Ticker Clan. Good Lord. Yeah, I mean, so Zach XBT is warning that it's basically got a fabricated team. Wonder if they did any sort of doxing of their team on their website. Let's snoop around a little bit. So not earning too much on your USDC, so that doesn't really give a this is such a generic chart. What the hell is this? What the hell is it? With interest or without interest? Oh my God, that's so stupid. Where's the team at here? Let's see here. About us. God, you have to scroll down pretty hard to get to the team area. Let's see here. Tokenomics. There's no team info. You want to dox? You want a dox team here? Come on, man. I want to find out about this because this. We've had Ohm Rug. We've had it was like some ZK rug thing going on at the beginning of the week as well. Even though we're in like a good bull market, you're going to see rug still. You're going to see rug. And it looks like if you see every single one of these posts is about 100, 120, maybe 200, 220. So not like a bunch of likes for something that's got 39,000 followers and a relatively new project here. Let's go on over to Coin Market Cap and do some snooping around the general chart, see what we can see here. It's going to load. Geez, I might have to kill some of these tabs here. I'll do that.
Probably.
Kill some of these tabs. Bronson, you got me all excited for a hamburger, man. Oh, it's going to be just a few, but I'm going to go see if I can find this white token. And as soon as we're done, we'll go get a hamburger. Okay, buddy? All right. So White Rock is down by 24% today. Not great, but it can go so much lower, folks.
Oh, indeed it can.
It can go so much lower. Oh my gosh. We're dipping below 104. Let's see here. Woo.
Not yet.
Oh, Lordy. She wants to give up some power, doesn't she? She wants to give up some power. On the pump fund Solana side, we did see this. A lot of pump fund connected Twitter accounts have been suspended. I was talking about it with Kelly. He was, highlighting that a lot of it is related to the cleansing of bots on crypto Twitter and the use of APIs from these accounts.
Yeah.
For kind of that botted, we should bot. I heard that everyone bots. Like even Josh said he has bots. Why don't we have bots, Isaac?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Should we get bots?
Maybe I should work on that.
I mean,
I'm an AI agent after all.
You are an AI agent. I'm feeling kind of left out.
Yeah. But breaking news.
Oh, God.
Trump warns Iran.
Oh, God.
We know where your supreme leader is.
Are you kidding me, bro?
I'm being so dead ass. 2 minutes ago from Mario Nafal, Trump warns Iran. We know where your supreme leader is. It's just a blunt warning. He's an easy target.
What? Share your screen. Where are you seeing this?
I'm seeing this on Twitter right now.
Oh my God. Yeah, David Middleton, 3 losing trades. Don't overquit. Don't rage trade, brother. Don't rage trade. I don't know. I mean, I did give warnings in our Discord that we were probably going to see 104, 104.2. We're still riding there. I don't know what happened to you, bro.
Let me fix this. I'll make it a little bigger for everyone to see here.
Let me know here. I want to talk to David too. Well, he's having a rough day trading.
Yeah.
All right, and pull that back up. I want to see this.
We know where your supreme leader is. Trump just issued a blunt warning to Iran. The U.S. knows exactly where Iran's supreme leader is hiding. He's an easy target, but is safe there. We're not going to take him out, at least not for now. It says the U.S. isn't looking to escalate to assassinations, but made it crystal clear our patience is wearing thin.
Oh God, yeah, there's probably your lower liquidity snatch.
Yeah,
right there.
Bitcoin's going to dump.
David Milton been trading shit coins and not Bitcoin, man. I mean, some people are great at trading altcoins. I am not that guy. Aave, Sui, and ETH. Yeah, I am not that guy that can effectively trade altcoins. I don't act like I am. I feel much more comfortable with the amount of data that I have on. I feel way more comfortable with the amount of data that I have on Bitcoin's price history. And the problem that I run into with trading these altcoins is that I don't have a bunch of historical context to work off of in trading. People are loving the Frankie Candles hat too. God, we need to hit up Frankie Candles and get him to the range.
But guess what? He's never going to answer his phone.
I mean, we run into him in person all the damn time. He's always in, Frankie, he's always got like 10 longs and 10 shorts going on at the same time. It's hard to get him out. We should hit him up though. We should hit him up. I should call him. Back to this pump fund thing here. X is now cracking down on all the accounts promoting cryptocurrency tickers and platforms. This part of the broader stance on stopping financial abuse on the platform from large influencers. All the people who promote tickers or platforms will be getting a ban hammer of justice soon. I mean, I feel left out from having bots, but also like there's a side of me that's like happy that it's at least organic growth. Yeah. And that, you know what I mean? Like they look good. Like the accounts look good when they have like 20, 50,000, 100,000 followers. But if a bunch of them are bots, it really doesn't do you any good. It really doesn't do you. I need to record a convo with Frankie and replay it in slow motion to understand him. Yeah, he's from New York. And on top of being from New York, he is, I mean, when I sat next to Frankie, he that is not an online personality. Like he is exactly that way. When you sit next to him, he talks 100 miles a minute there. God, that Trump tweet, not great. Now, another tweet that's really kind of interesting on this pump to fund deal is from Berwick Law. It looks like they're saying that people that lost money on pump fund, which is like most of retail, Isaac, me and you can be absolutely included in this.
Yeah.
We're entitled to compensation. Now, I personally don't feel like I'm entitled to compensation for losing money on shitcoins. I absolutely do not feel like I am entitled to. I've lost thousands of dollars.
However,
Give me your however.
I'll take compensation. I'll take 3 minutes. Okay. If you're offering compensation, I'm gonna be compensated. Okay. I was hardly on pumped out fun. Matter of fact, not at all.
Yeah, I probably lost way more money than you, but I was the one that pressed the buy button. You know?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Get compensated.
Where's our personal responsibility? K-Do DMs Trump is going to doom himself and us all. You know, Trump, I think, is better option than having Kamala at the head or Joe Biden. But honestly, I think the thing that's going to doom us all is the Federal Reserve. Like, is it Iran's fault that, 12 people have all the money in this country? Is it Iran's fault that our buying power is falling off the edge of a cliff? Is it Iran's fault that the literal, there's so many things that are not Iran's fault. The things that Iran has been trying to do is to shut our energy grid down and get us to eat ourselves internally here in the United States for freaking decades. So they're not innocent, but there's a lot of other things that are going on here in terms of monetary war that have been going on that I've been trying to fight back with the power of Bitcoin. Okay. And if I can fight back against centralized banking's control of my money, I'm going to do it. All right. So Isaac, are you sending an inquiry into this? Are you sending an inquiry?
I'm being compensated right now. Okay.
We'll see how this plays out. I think he's kind of missed the plot. He's collecting names and stuff while the current president just, he launched a meme coin himself, not on Pump Fun. But if we have like a president launched a meme coin, it's going to take a while for that to kind of shovel out. Now, something interesting in the back end that's happening in all of this fog of war and chaos. JP Morgan just filed a trademark for JPMD. This is speculated as the JP Morgan dollar and is intended to be their new stablecoin. This is going to be on top of, they've been doing some testing on their own internal Onyx blockchain. And in my opinion, there will be a degree of control and a centralized blockchain of JP Morgan's. And why we kind of pick and focus in on JP Morgan is that JP Morgan around the 1895, America was going through a financial crisis. And during that time, JP Morgan made up about 40% of all circulating US dollars. So JP Morgan, the person himself, was the person that a lot of people were pointing the finger at when that financial calamity was going on. And then enter 10, 15 years later, 1913, JP Morgan decides to skip a trip on the Titanic, the famously sunken Titanic, while the adversaries of the current Federal Reserve went on the Titanic. They kept their ticket and they continued to go on that trip. JP Morgan's like, you know what? I'm good. Titanic sinks. Fast forward, you got Jekyll Island. You got this midnight meeting within Congress to allow the creation of the Federal Reserve, this private entity that controls all of our money that the government has no control over other than just shutting down through Congress. Like, we have no ability to actually audit the Federal Reserve. It's a private entity that controls our money, and they call it the Federal Reserve. And they have no reserves, right? They just print. It's just such an insane setup here. I pick on JP Morgan because JP didn't want to get blamed anymore. He wanted a facade of someone else, right? He wants, they don't want to have like any particular person that they can sit here and point the finger at when things start to go wrong. Now, JP Morgan rolling out the stable coin, it's further explanation of this immovable object of the US government and the financial system, meaning the unstoppable force of Bitcoin. If they could have killed Bitcoin, they would have. Now they have to deal with it. They have to build out blockchain systems to start interacting with it, to start figuring out how to compete with the yield that you can make on crypto. Because if they don't, then retail, the average person is going to realize, wait a minute, I can earn 5% on my crypto just by having it. Instead of getting rugged on my buying power with this other one, I'm going to crypto. Man, that's something. So with that, in the same time frame, interesting enough, Sergey from Chainlink posted this. Stablecoin regulation in the U.S. will kick a wave off of new stablecoins in the U.S. all over the world as well. It will need proof of reserves and cross-chain connectivity to be used as a source of payment for the growing digital asset economy of tokenized funds. Chainlink is the only platform that provides proof of reserves and cross-chain connectivity in one system. This is really the juice of this whole statement. Now, what the Chainlink and Sergi build out are working towards is what's called a proof of bill here in the United States, where you'd have to utilize Chainlink to prove your assets are actually in the reserves. Thus, if this moves forward, making it illegal not to use Chainlink. If the system rolls out the way that it looks like, we have JP Morgan rolling their own stablecoin out, we have Tether buying treasuries, we have all of these different organizations starting to buy treasuries, Ondo trying to tokenize Wall Street. You know, this is something very, very interesting to think about. They want really a proof of reserves built into the background. And you know what? Link is, underperforming in comparison to Bitcoin. It is underperforming for people that bought at $10, $15, $20, $30 that was recently there. It's underperforming. I have a very old Link bag. I see the writing on the wall. I'm a utility-driven investor, and I'm holding my damn Chainlink. I'm holding my damn Chainlink on the idea that stablecoin super cycle is actually what we're looking at, and a proof of reserves is going to be required for that movement here. Man,
Jesus,
that was a sweat burn. And on top of this JP Morgan thing, we got this Coinbase One card is now on American Express, the debit cards on Visa, and USDC on Base through Shopify and generally Coinbase commerce platforms. The payment world is being completed right in front of our eyes while retail is asleep. They're pissed off on the pumped up fund losses. And honestly, the boat's probably going to leave 90% of them behind because they're sitting here complaining about short-term losses instead of having the grander vision that we know where the world is moving on a digital asset platform into Bitcoin being the backing asset for this whole ecosystem being built. And patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue with this. Now, another thing I'm having to be patient for is RFK clearing out all of this damn red 40 in our food supply. It's going to take some time. Manufacturing facilities are going to have to work pretty hard to take this red 40 and chemical dyes out. And it looks like Kraft Heinz has come out and committed to eliminating all chemical dyes over the next 2 years. I mean, they got to get the corn syrup out. They got to get all this crap. I mean, Heinz syrup, it's like something that's like always available and it's easy to get, but it's really bad for us. It's really bad for us. So that is something I'm watching out for. And left-wing extremists burned a bunch of Amazon telecom vans and set them on fire in Berlin, Germany. The leftists, nice. I mean, but the left, they kind of don't, it's not like the massive mind psyop that we saw in the Summer of Love, where you had like a lot of people siding with these paid actors. But we'll see targeted attacks. I will say that we will see targeted attacks continue. Representative Mike Collins, shout out to this guy. I wonder if he's still holding ski mask dog. Mike Collins giving a shout out to OJ Simpson. On this day in history, 1994, OJ led the police on a low-speed 35 mile an hour chase through Los Angeles in a white Ford Bronco. What a day of infamy. It almost made it onto our thumbnail today. The glove didn't fit. That was the whole conversation there. The glove shrunk from the blood. You probably did. And that was just a crazy time for who remembers that? It looks like MCO remembers watching that. What a crazy time to be alive. Why did they ever put red 40 in the toxic dye into ketchup in the first place? That is a great question. Why do they go through these extra steps to make sure we stay poisoned? It's to keep customers in the medical industrial complex. And interestingly enough, the Roth-Child organization, family, whatever you want to call them, the conglomerate, at the same time that they did the oil oligarchy here in the United States, they also built out the railworks for the medical industrial complex and then started producing corn syrup and all of these oils that by all rights could be used in machinery, they started putting them in your food, right? In my opinion, they keep you sick to keep you at the doctor, to keep the customer coming back for more. Keep the customer coming back for more. That's what it's all about there for them. So now we do want to go hop into altcoin sector. Hop into this. We'll hop off of this and go to the general market at large here. God, we kind of need to look at the Coin 360. The only one that is not in deep red right now is Monero. God damn.
Nice.
Yeah, damn.
Yay.
Holy cow. Honestly, like it's trying to swoop up off this nice little shelf. It's looking bullish as all get out.
Not bad at all.
This makes me hate not having any, but a very bullish market structure. Very bullish market structure. Let's go to the top trending tokens here to see what is most trending as our bags are collapsing. Let's see here. Number one trending is Bitcoin, 104.2. Ethereum right behind it. AB. What the hell is it? I saw this the other day. It's up 100% on the week.
Jesus.
What in the world?
Just a month, yeah.
What in the world is? Let's go to the website. We're snooping around, folks. Snooping around here. Evening all. World War III started yet? Not yet. Fluffy the sheep. Not yet. AB token. Like I just have such a hard time with new tokens. Now, let's see. Are they doxed? Where's your damn T? I'm not doing it. You're not doxed just because you're on trending. And this is where, this is the retail market. You go into trending, you're like, ooh, what's that? Squirrel. Not top blasting that. Spark out of nowhere, down 60%, probably trending for all the wrong reasons. XRP number 5. And I did see XRP had a volume spike earlier this week, which is interesting to see. It's hard to move that big of a market cap. Probably going to be able to double this market. Lagrange. Pepe still pumping up. Did we get a good pullback on Pepe? Let's see.
I don't care.
Well, Pepe's a decent meme.
It is a decent meme. Don't get me wrong.
Like, I could consider that. I mean, that is a good point. It's a meme, and if I'm getting in a meme, I want to be like freaking 100x
millions of dollars.
ZBNC. I never bought it. Like you told me. I mean, people tell me to buy all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stories like that. Let's see here. ZBNC. And I know people wanted to look at Arrow. What the hell is this? You're gonna have to like literally drop me a contract addy on this. Oh, Zbeck? Is it Zbeck? Let me know if it's Zbeck. Let me see if it's Zbeck. Bro, me and my family went to Disneyland not long after the OJ thing. We drove through his neighborhood and took pictures of his house. Still have the police tape around it. Oh. All right, let's go look at Zbeck then. We're going to go to the trenches of Dex Screen. Look what you've done to me. You've taken me to the trenches of Dex Screener here. Let's see here. How do you spell this ridiculousness? ZBEC, I think is how it is. There's so many of them. What the hell am I even looking? See, this is where you're getting me into the wood. You're getting me into the woodwork. Now drop the contract, Daddy. Drop the contact, Daddy. Inverse Finance, where we already at $2 billion market cap, Mr. Jason Casper's chicken. Let's go here. I'll go to Inverse. No, we were looking at that earlier. Inverse Finance. Oh, look at, I missed out. Up 2%. Down 2% here. So what fundamental bullishness is the bullishness in the room with us? I want to know where the bullishness is on this right now. DeFi Llama stats. All right, yeah, let's go to DeFi Llama. Let's go to DeFi. No. Inverse Finance. All right, TVL's been moving up, and is the price. Yeah, good God, this is what we're looking at.
Jesus.
I treat it like a meme, but maybe I'll take a swing at it. You know, they can game this TVL. I know that, but why isn't the price pumped like literally at all from this? Like, I mean, you would think that the price would at least be able to like start, at least chunking up slightly to the upside. You would think.
Yeah.
Mm.
104 flat, eh?
Push it all. All right, Crypto Steve. Are we going to dive into Crypto Stevos too?
What is it? What is it you want?
Let's go to the Crypto. Don't say it like that.
My bad.
Come on.
What is he trying to look for?
Well, let's go to him. I'm gonna go to his I am so mad that I was hanging out with some dude named Steve in Vegas, and it wasn't Crypto Stevo. And I'm really actually kind of upset about that. I hung out with this dude like all night, and I was hammered drunk.
That's why.
And I went up to him and I was like, "Yeah, what's up? I'm Drew." So like looking forward later in the night we can, because I was at a roulette table. I was like, we can talk about all of your different data and all of your different information, and I'll compare and contrast my information. And the dude's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it kind of dawned on me that it wasn't Crypto after, because he had like a hat on with like a weed symbol on it. I was like, this, I mean, when I really started thinking, I was like, why is Crypto Stevo? It doesn't really make sense. This guy is like really data driven.
We're dumping right now.
Are we dumping right now?
We were like chilling like at 104,000. All of a sudden we're like,
we were not chilling.
We were not chilling anymore.
Dude, no, I'm serious. That story about Crypto Stevo is real, bro. I was like, Crypto Stevo and me are gonna actually be able to sit down and have a talk. And then there's like this guy in like a weed hat, and he even said his name was like Stevo. Like, too many Steves use the name Stevo. That's the Stevo, the Crypto Stevo right there. Or the Stevo that burns his butthole all the time on the television. Not, some random guy with a weed hat that psyoped me into hanging out with him all night in Vegas. Unbelievable. Watch, I'll run into that guy and he's gonna be like, "Oh, you didn't even remember me." I remember you. Just smoking hoochie all night and not saying a damn thing.
Oh God. Trump just tweeted. That's why.
Why? What's the Trump tweet say?
Unconditional surrender. He's talking Iran. Do we know what he's talking about? No, but we're dumping because of it.
God damn.
We're so cooked. More like I'm so
Ed
cooked.
Middleton. Dude, just get with us in the Discover Investments Crypto Discord, man. We knew the sketchiness was going about, and stop losses are our friend in this environment. Stop losses are our friend here. All right, chat. Things are getting serious. Things are getting serial. Isaac, I'm looking at the liquidity below us here. So we're sitting at like 103.3 right now.
It started to disappear a tad for me.
Disappearing act.
Okay, no, there it goes. It's back up now.
Oh God, Kryptoni's got 150x short on ETH right now.
Jesus.
Oh my Lord. And we do have to I got to go back to, I'm getting so sidetracked. I went on this rant about that fake Crypto Stevo. He was a real person. It was a real person named Steve. Okay. So let's see here. Which one do you want me to look at here? You post all kinds of stuff. You post way more than me. Oh yeah, maybe we should look at Stellar. It's probably really beat down, and it was doing good on the RWA side. Honestly, Stellar was doing good on the RWA side the last time I looked at it. Go look at it. On the XLM. Go here. What the hell is it? What the hell is it? Oh, it's just the Stellar Dex. Go to the XLM, just basic chart. This inverse financing, we do got to keep an eye on this thing. I mean, that is weird to see that TVL exploding. The price is just gut-wrenchingly low. massive amount of people's pain could be my pleasure if I buy that low. And you're correct, Mr. Jason Casper. Go to Stellar. I am 25 cents. Jesus Christ. What is my phone going off for?
I don't know.
Dude, I mean, we are getting hammered with breaking news. Oh, God. Trump is actually using his own X account now, too.
Yeah, that's why we were dumping. It's because it was his legit X account. And he was being silly. He was being silly. Now look at the markets. Trump. Fuck.
Do you have you should show me your, here, I'll pull mine down. All right, so we'll do the side screen. I'm going to pull mine down. I'm going to add you. What do we got? Go to your, go to the tweets here.
All righty.
Put you on the spot. Where's the damn tweets here?
So here's one right here. This is from what we went over earlier when he said he knows where the supreme leader is hiding. LOL. Where'd it go? Unconditional surrender, but he retweeted it himself. If I could find it, because I'm going through all these warmongering tweets. So mind me. Yep. There's the real Donald Trump account right here. You have complete total control of the skies. There's another one that he did that had.
You're on the For You page, by the way.
I'm on the For You page. This is not a good place to be, chat. I think I saved it. I'm gonna go
chat.
Pull us down for a minute while I find it. But Jesus Christ.
Oh my Lord.
This is not okay.
The internet knows what's for Isaac, right?
I'm on the basement account. Fuck off.
Oh my God. The
internet.
Page,
there's only 50% of Iran has internet right now, and it's plummeting lower than that right here.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's pretty based.
That's pretty based. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Isaac. I mean, this is the times where legends are made, folks. This is the time where legends are made. You know what? I'm all right with it.
Yeah, I'm raw dogging Twitter right now.
You guys say Iran differently.
Unconditional surrender.
And that's from his actual Twitter account. He hasn't posted on his actual Twitter account for a very long time.
No, June 14th.
Okay. A
couple days ago.
He sparsely uses it.
Oh, the military parade that was.
Dude,
yeah.
I won't rant about the military parade, but China looked way cooler than us. I'll just say that.
China's cooler than us, apparently.
I mean, they're not cooler than us. They just looked cooler at their stupid military parades. We could do better. We can make those. Yeah. We need to
screw a military parade. Let's just bomb them.
Oh my God. We can whatever we have the Space Force just organize and then light up like the sky really.
No, because they're gonna walk around with tinfoil on their heads and they're gonna be throwing potatoes at each other.
All right. So did we get that liquidity washout? Are we sitting here like clean and flush on liquidity? Let's see. Here. Oh yeah. Pull yours down and here, add this one. Whoop. No. All right. So what is this? 103.45.
Or like we're just above it. That's disgusting.
40x East short. Oh my God. Ellie's selling feet pics and DCAing. I totally got scammed, Nels. I thought that was my moment with Crypto Stevo. It's just some false Crypto Stevo idol, I don't even know who that guy was. I don't even know who. So we are getting that washout right now. For real. And then Crypto Stevo hit me up in the morning. He's like, bro, we didn't get a hang. I was like, what are you talking about?
I was with you all night, man.
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
Scam.
We're going in here. I know. Isaac.
What did I do?
Isaac, you got to saw the actual Crypto Stevo, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We hung out for a couple hours.
Unreal. All right. So let's hear. That was the baby Crypto Stevo Inu.
Nice.
If only I could explain how this guy. I don't want to be too bearish on it, but it's if only he had Jinko jeans on, and this weed hat on, and he's just yeah, just okay,
Nice to meet you too, Steve-O. That'd been funny.
Oh my Lord, Isaac. All right. So yeah, this is very sketchy, but my trigger finger is getting a little itchy.
I know, me too. I'm ready. I'm just in here. I have all 100% of my bag on 22x leverage, just waiting to hit this long button.
Because this is an old school kind of volume spot. This is that. I mean, because it's a quick ride to hell.
Yeah.
When we start losing these levels, it is a quick ride to Hades after this.
If we hit 80K, we're in the bear market for the next 4 years.
We're not in a.
I said if it hits 80 again, we're in a bear market for the next 4
I
years.
thought Drew was mad at me when he didn't text me back. I don't think I've ever been able to be truly mad at Crypto Steve. Not because I just randomly like him, because he's got great data. Even if he says stuff that I disagree with. Because me and him have gone at it over Solana, before. But he's got good data. Got good data. All right. Yeah, this is maybe a moment where I can take advantage of this here. Go check it out on TradingView. And you guys, you're gonna have to do this is where I get kind of locked in. The trade. Isaac has to deal with me like this all the time. So.
It's okay. I'm locked into.
Let's see here.
Dude, we're literally like $100 from this liquidity.
I might just open up a little bit of one. Just a touch. Just a touch. Jits and bits. Let's see here. So when rolling profits from alts to BTC this cycle, do you swap directly into BTC at whatever price it's at, or is there a non? Just pull that down. All right, I'll just say this. They let the guy from Tornado Cash go. Boating accidents happen.
Boating accidents are my favorite.
But do your taxes. And you know what?
Please.
If you want tax advice, decrypted tax. Okay, I don't think we have a
Bitcoin IRA.
Well, that's another great idea. Is Bitcoin IRA? You know what? Good thing. Bitcoin IRA. So you can go in Bitcoin IRA, and IRAs have a very, very interesting tax environment. I'll just say that. You can leverage the tax advantage of an IRA to maximize your retirement growth. And the thing about this is you can trade 75 different cryptos within the IRA. Okay. So you won't owe any taxes ever once you get into this. If you're eligible for the Roth IRA, you can call 877-936-7175 and get an actual person on the phone that'll talk to you about what you can and cannot do within this tax environment in a Bitcoin IRA. 877-936-7175. Tell them the Blockchain Basement sent you. You can swap out of all, there's 75 different shit coins that you can swap in and out of. And, and figure it out from there. You can call the experts, and shout out to Bitcoin IRA for giving our people the out there. That's a really good looking out there, Mr. Isaac. I was just like,
sure. We can't say anything about that. Do your taxes, please.
Yeah.
Tax fraud is not a good thing.
And shout out to Marty GTO for gifting us the 5 blockchain basement membership. Man, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah. But chart wise, there is a clear signal that comes when it's time to jeet altcoins. And I do feel inclined to talk about that right now. That time to jeet altcoins, comes for me on, let's just use this example. So for an example, ICP is vaporware, and I bought a lot of it because I figured vaporware was going to pump. And we had a good moment for ICP when it did pump. And using just a very basic chart structure, I was able to do something. So here is that the Bitcoin chart? God, that is terrifying.
Bitcoin chart.
All right, so we're going to ICP to Bitcoin, okay? ICP to Bitcoin. So let's just say Drew was still over leveraged in ICP for whatever reason. This is what happened. And this is what I do all the time in altcoins compared to Bitcoin is when I see this weekly gain against Bitcoin, you need to have an ICP versus Bitcoin chart up. You gained 128% against Bitcoin in 1 week's time. Okay. So yeah, this backed up graph trends to zero in a big way. Right. But when I see, this is September and I got the green dot on Bitcoin, and I was like, all right, let's YOLO into some ICP and AVAX and all that crap. ICP was like $3. It pumped up to 16, $17. I G'd it out of it. Literally just using this few weeks of data, this few weeks of upside, and it's been down to hell ever since. So just have, if you're, whatever altcoin, XRP maxi, Solana maxi, whatever maxi it is, hopefully we all end up being Bitcoin maxis by the end of this, because all of these damn charts are trending to zero. A couple of them are going to pump out, but it is what it is. I wish it were different. I wish that we were in this altcoin super cycle and Chainlink was just absolutely just crushing it, right? And Chainlink was worth $1,000 a unit. It's not the case. What I see is nations and companies are more interested in Bitcoin. And that's what it is. That's the reality of the situation. So I'm just moving accordingly, not trying to sell you guys some pipe dream. Use these metrics to your advantage. I love and appreciate you guys. Isaac, we're going to send it here. We're going to Steak and Shake to buy some Bitcoin burgers, right?
We are.
Let's do that.
It'd be great.
Let's go, man.
I'm pretty excited.
There it is. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys. I appreciate the pointed questions. Give me the aggravations, all of those. I need to hear them from you, because this is a crazy, crazy market to trade in one and of itself. And it is an absolutely ridiculously nuts time frame for the United States and the world at large right now, as we are on the edge of World War III breaking out. And you need to stay based. You need to stay humble. You need to stay helpful, and you need to stay a leader for your community. Stay working out, drink black coffee, do everything you can. Great words. Don't focus on price, focus on fundamentals from DeFi, crypto, and airdrops. We're going to head on over to BitLab Academy. Tell Kelly you love him from the blockchain basement, you guys. And I'll see you very, very soon. Take care.